Hello and welcome along to Charwell. Today we're going to get our cornfields ploughed before winter sets in and the ground gets too frozen. But first, we're going to get this out and top up the feed for our pigs. We're going to hook up our bucket for this. We're alright for most feed for our animals. So looking in here, you can see that our pig enclosure, they need a little bit of corn. That will sort of just keep them going and keep them topped up. Everything else is good. Everything else they have is actually going pretty well. We're probably going to look to sell one of these piles of corn. We only need 63,000 litres of feed for them, and we got more than that there between our three crops. And that's for a year. So it would be helpful for us to actually be in a position where we've got some money coming in. I mean, we're about minus 7,000. Pick that back up. So yeah, it would help for us, I think, to sell a bit, but keeping everything topped up, water and everything. So there we go, all nicely in the green now for our pigs. So we're good for that. What we're looking to do now, let's not run over our cock, is to get our recently cut fields of corn ploughed. So if we have a look in here, you can see that fields 44, 42 and 31, which are our three cornfields, those are all in need of ploughing. It's one of the things that goes with the corn, but it's quite nice. It means that we can get this done before we get too far into winter, because if the ground freezes, which we're looking at it happening here, yeah, overnight the temperature hits the winter, properly hits the winter, and we're likely to not be able to plough these three fields. So we're going to get these three fields ploughed before winter kicks in, because we don't have enough manure or anything to spread stuff like that on. So we're going to get our Axion here, our Terra Track, and grab the plough with this. And this is when this starts coming into its own, when it starts really beginning to bite in getting this. The other thing we want to look at, well, I don't think we've got anywhere corn planted yet. Let's have a look. What do we have planted? So we have planted, yeah, 2 fields of oilseed radish and 1 field of winter wheat. So at the moment we are all good as far as that goes. We're gonna fold that up for transport and take this out, and we're gonna go and attack the biggest field we've got to start with and get that started, which should be this one over here, field 31. So if we attack this from the far end, set ourselves up a course play course from that. Set ourselves up a course play course from that, and we should be able to then work our way across the field. I think it's, yeah, fairly good for that. Unfortunately, our poplars are not looking anywhere near ready. I mean, if we head over here and jump over, that is not a plant that is anywhere near ready for us to harvest. And if we have a look here, growth, they're only half grown. So my thought before that we're not going to be able to harvest the poplars this winter actually is very true. I think we're going to have to plant poplars next time we do that, really early on, and you know, I'm thinking springtime we want to plant the poplars so that we come into winter and we're in a position where they are already grown, because yeah, otherwise we get like this and we're unable to do anything with them, which is sad and a pity. It's not quite worked, and I kind of wish it had worked better. So we can see the angle that we're really aiming for here, which is actually the angle of that, yeah, that little section of field over there. So that's how we're going to measure this. This bit here is at the right angle, and you can see it, and yeah, you can see this side of the field is the angle that we want to be. So with this into the field, about there-ish. We're looking to be at a 270-degree angle. There we are. Down with our plough. Forward. Set our first point. And there we go. That now should mean that if we bring up the lines, we can easily see how we're set up on the GPS. Yep, there we go. So turn. Oh, no. Turn our plough. And hopefully now GPS should be set right. Which it is not. Okay, so what is going on here? We need to set this up. Headland mode, no. Snap trace. Offset reversal, yes. Show lines. Okay. So we need to, that's interesting, we need to reset the offset reversal. Turn around. And then set it again, I think. There we go. So that's got us lined up now. And we just need to move it across a bit, because you can see that where we want that is about there. So let's try again. There we are. Now it's much more difficult to sort of line things up when the offset reversal is working. So we go like that. That lines everything up. And down. And away we go. And then we look here. We're nicely on the right line. Like so. Line it up again, and away we go. Now that would work if we'd forgotten to turn the plough, is the trouble. So that works nicely for that, and that's what worries me slightly. We probably don't need to do the offset reversal for that, because we want to turn the plough. We don't want to turn the plough this time. So I'm getting a little bit confused here with this. There we go, and down, and away we go. It is working. We are actually doing this on a nice, even keel and getting this ploughed as we should. But I'm still not sure about the turning of the plough and how well that's working. So let's lift, turn, and bring this round. Yeah, so the offset reversal is probably actually not something I want to be running. So bring this back to here. We want to be consistently on the inside of this, and it's not allowing for that. So bring this back up, turn it off. Yeah, there we go. Not wanting to reset our offset. We've now got it on the right side, as we should have. Absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to turn the lines off. And we are going to head off and get this field ploughed, which will get us nicely ahead, ready for next year. So about a third of the way through the field at this point. And the GPS is working nicely. We are all wonderfully lined up. So I wanted to look at the next set of plans, where we were going to be going with Charwell, moving into year 2. So let's put the cruise control on, and we can go and have a look at our crop rotation over here. So we know that we have at the moment we've got wheat, fallow, barley, fallow, corn, and canola. Now this fallow before corn, what I'm thinking is, if we switch that for sugar beet, look at that. That immediately bumps us up to 1.2 for the sugar beet and 1.2 for the canola. So we're looking at having quite a leap in our productivity, in our boost for doing sugar beet next year instead of corn. And there's actually quite an argument for that as well, because we know that we can harvest the sugar beet quite late and in the rain, which means that, yeah, we would be in a much better position doing sugar beet on Charwell in year 2. So my question to you guys is that if we're doing year 2 on here, should we plant sugar beet? We've set up for it. Will we be better off doing sugar beet here? Or should we do some corn and some sugar beet? I'm really intrigued to see what you guys think. We'd need to get a pig feed mixer to make it work properly, because obviously the standard game doesn't allow you to feed sugar beet to pigs instead of corn. But I think it would work really well for us, and it being the weather that we've had would mean that we would actually be able to get all of the harvested, and then we could use our sheds that we've got at the moment for the crops that we've got. We could use that to be our sugar beet storage, or we could get some root crop storage and store that way. I think it could work really, really well. But as always, I want to know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you think we should do sugar beet instead of corn in year 2? Let us know, and you guys can guide us where we go on this series, and how we continue. Now, one thing that strikes me as I'm going along here doing this, and ploughing is such a relaxing job to do on here. It's absolutely wonderful. But is this view here? So I'm looking out from the cab, and in fact from here in that direction there. That is field 19. That is where we're going to build our farm, and that is where everything is going to change on this map. Is that we're going to come towards this corner, and you can already see it's changed with our 2 tunnels that have the bales in them. But we're looking to change that entire view there and make that look different, and have our barn and our farm and everything in there. So that's the view that's going to be interesting to see where it changes when we expand the farm and build our farmhouse. I'm really, really looking forward to that. This is one of those things where this map is just gonna change immensely from there. And this is it's just, yeah, I'm so looking forward to being able to get the extra money in and get that going. The pigs are the thing that is going to be the key to this. So everything that we have on here at the moment, the pigs are the linchpin. When they start breeding, and we're probably mid-winter, we're looking at getting our first piglets. So when they start breeding, that is the point at which we start bringing in some nice money. We have got the others that are feeder to finish, which is good, because they won't take very long either. I should think we'll get our first. We'll be selling our first one of those off by the spring. And yeah, that is then, at that point, we start getting money in. We start being able to build back up. We're gonna sell about. Yeah, it's gonna take at least one load of 12 pigs for us to get ourselves out of the debt we're currently in. Fortunately, we haven't borrowed a lot of money. So if we have a look at our loan at the moment, it's very small. I think it's about it's 185,000. Now, I think a lot of people are going to come back and go, that's not very small. For me, on the map, 185,000 is not a big loan for where we are. We're nicely set up and nicely moving along. We are going to have to, I think we're going to probably have to rent both our combine harvester and probably a sugar beet harvester second year, but that is fully expected and that will be fine. It's worked well for us this year, so we're good from that point of view. Yeah, I think we're gonna start properly making money year 2 on here as the pigs start paying off, which will be brilliant. As I said, we're probably gonna sell some of our corn as well. We need to keep an eye on the corn price. So the corn price at the moment is we still got 13,000 litres there. Corn price at the moment is 7.38 and going up. When is the best price for corn? Best price for corn is actually the beginning of summer, amazingly. So it's a while off being able to sell any of that. Wheat price, the best price is tomorrow. The barley, we sold all of that already. The other one we had was canola, I think. And the best price for that was yesterday. So, yeah, we haven't really got anything else we can sell. We actually need all of the other crops we've got. We could sell off a little bit to make some money. But the other problem we got at the moment is we have no trailer. So we do need to eventually buy a trailer. And I'm open to suggestions on that, although I really have liked the Bailey trailers we've had on here so far. I think those might be a good choice. But there are other options about. So yeah, let me know if you like the Bailey trailers. If you think we should stick with those, let us know about that as well. Also, let us know if there's another trailer you think that would fit this farm better. I'm intrigued with that. I think we're going to get, so changing tack again, I think we're going to get this field done today. I'll be surprised if we get any of our other fields done. Anything else ploughed before the end of the winter. If we do, that will be great. I think we're probably going to skip through the winter fairly quickly though. So yeah, we will keep an eye out. If the ground hasn't frozen too much next game day, we might attack that. Attack our other two fields and try and get them ploughed. Would work really well for us to get all of our fields ploughed before the end of the winter, and then get into next year with all of our fields prepared and ready to go, and see where we go there. It looks like our oilseed radish hasn't actually germinated yet, which is a pity because that's not going to grow very well before next year, but should hopefully work still. It just won't fully grow by the time we cultivate it in and plant our spring barley and our well, sugar beet or corn, depending on where you guys think we should go. And what's going in this field? I think this field is going to be our canola field. I think we've got 3 fields of canola next season, which will be good and should work well for us. That will bring in a lot of money because we have a lot of canola at the moment. So yeah, canola is going to be the cash crop next year, which is very good news. Onwards and upwards. Let's get this field finished. I reckon I'm about 3/4 of the way through the field at this point. It has gone well. I am questioning a little bit at the angle that we're working this field at. I think possibly you could work this angle at sort of another 45 degrees. So sort of that way might work fairly well for this field. I think we might have it. It might look a little bit funny with how the rows are doing that, but certainly I think it would be possible that 45 degrees would work a little bit better for us. But in general, I think it's pretty good. It's working pretty well for us. We need to get this to finish off this fairly well. However, unfortunately, as they say, tide and time wait for no man, and I am unable to get this field finished. Oh, they're light now, but we have a good idea. We know where we are. We will get this finished off offline, and that way this field will be ready for us for the springtime. For me though, I'm going to leave this here. Which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.